Good morning and welcome to Augustana. We're excited to have everybody here as we introduce Nate Vogel as our newest women's basketball head coach. Reminder to media, interviews will take place following the introduction. At this time, I'd like to introduce the 24th president, Stephanie Herseth Sandlin.
Appreciate that introduction, Andy, getting us off to a great start with today's event. It's wonderful to see engaged alumni who make the time to come to these announcements in addition to cheering on our student athletes. So happy to see them here today. Administrators, coaches, colleagues from across campus, friends of Augustana, family of our new head coach. Augustana's core values include the core value of community. And we live that out here at Augustana by caring for one another and our environments, by responding to needs and empowering one another. And we do that because we're a really relational place. And we live out the core value of community by knowing one another, truly seeing one another, and building strong and respectful relationships. Now, across the Sioux Falls community, families and organizations know Augustana. They respect the excellence of our academic and athletic programs. Families and organizations for decades have cultivated relationships on this campus and with this campus. And then there are those special opportunities when we welcome new colleagues both to Augustana and to Sioux Falls. And over the years, we've had new colleagues join us from all over the country, all over the world. They fall in love with Augustana and Sioux Falls because they feel welcomed and valued. And then those are particularly special opportunities when a new colleague, whether it's a professor, administrator, or coach, comes home to Sioux Falls, the place where he grew up, with family and friends joyful for the return, confident and excited about the contributions that he'll make to the university and the community, and the leadership and inspiration that he'll provide the student athletes that he'll work with every day. Nate Vogel knows Augustana. He respects the strong legacy of the women's basketball program. His transition and the success of the team will come through their immense talent, as well as his track record of empowering the student athletes he coaches within an environment of care and respect. It's a great day to be a Viking as we welcome Nate Vogel to Augustana University, a team committed to nurturing the potential of the students who are called to learn and compete and serve here, while together we also navigate historic change in college sports as well as in higher education. It's now my pleasure to introduce Vice President for Athletics, Josh Morton.
Good morning. Great to have everyone here, not only live, but also joining us on GoAugie.com. Judging by the calls and messages I've gotten over the last 48 hours, you are just as excited as we are to introduce Nate Vogel as our head coach today. The Augustana Athletics Philosophy Statement reads, "We provide a student-athlete-centered experience dedicated to distinction in the classroom, excellence in competition, with faithful service to community." Classroom, competition, community. It really defines Viking athletics, and as I see some of our head coaches who are here today, they've defined the excellence of our program. Nate Vogel fits right into that philosophy statement. You can always look at a coaching resume, you see wins and losses, and incredibly impressive what he has built at another Division II program in a very tough Division II conference. But Coach Vogel is the right person at the right time for Augustana because of how those wins came to be. His ability to balance accountability with the caring of his athletes will bring him success for our proud women's basketball program. He's a Sioux Falls native who played college basketball in the state of South Dakota. He understands basketball in this region. While we look forward to welcoming Tracy, Cora, and Camden soon, we are thrilled to get Nate here this week to begin work with our team. So let me be the first to introduce the the head coach of Augustana women's basketball, Nate Vogel.
Good morning. Let me start by thanking President Stephanie Herseth-Sandlin and Athletic Director Josh Morton and the rest of the selection committee. You know, I know at a lot of these press conferences, the new head coach will come up and say, "This is my dream job." And I haven't been able to say that at any of the previous press conferences that I've been at. So this is the first time I'm able to say, this is my dream job. You know, growing up, my parents took me to the Sioux Falls Arena and then later to the Yellman Center to watch Bill Gross's teams and Dave Krause teams. And I thought Augustana Vikings was the biggest thing in the world. That was the UConn. That was the NBA to me. And then, you know, Coach Begeman and others at O'Gorman with the Augustana connection got us into games as I got into high school. And, you know, I get into my office yesterday, and it overlooks the court in the Yellman Center, and I'm looking down there, and it's just hard for me right now to fathom that I get to coach this team. You know, I as I said, grew up thinking this was the biggest thing in the world, and packed house and the success that Augustana Vikings have had, and I get to lead the program now, and so very thankful to be able to do that. So great to have family here. Thank you, and friends and coaches. You know, as I left my interview, and I'm still in the hotel room, haven't flown out yet, and I'm getting texts from people in the Augustana community, coaches and administrators and others in the community. And then, you know, I find out that I got the job, and I'm getting these texts and calls. It just 100% makes me realize this is the exact right spot for us to be, both myself and my family. So, you know, again, this is the perfect fit for us. My players are going to find out I don't talk a whole lot, so I'm wrapping up quick here. But, you know, I won't go into a lot of detail now, but the number one pillar of our program is service. And I want the Augie community to know, and I want the Sioux Falls community to know that we will serve you before we expect to be supported. We know the Sioux Falls community and the Augie community will support, but we want to make sure that you know you will be served first before we ask for you to support us. Again, thank you to everyone that's here. I'm so thankful to have this job and to be home amongst family and friends and former coaches. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Let's go do it. Thank you.